Coming up on Unpeeled, two big concerts are coming to Syracuse.
The Minecraft movie has been creeping its way to the top of the charts.
Some of the longest running shows of our generation are being renewed for more seasons.
And tariffs continue to impact the video game industry with jacked up prices. All that and more, Unpeeled starts right now. Welcome to a brand new episode of Unpeeled. I'm Ilana Epstein.
And I'm Isabella Galan. Now we start with some serious allegations against a famous actor.
Comedian and actor Russell Brand has been charged with sexual assault and rape in the UK, facing 5 counts of varying degrees. The alleged incidents took place between the years of 1999 and 2005. 4 women have come forward in the lawsuit.
Brand has denied the allegations, stating this past Friday on X that, quote, "I've never engaged in non-consensual activity, and I pray that you can see that by looking into my eyes. I want to thank all of you for your continuing support."
Now heading to campus, it's an exciting week for music in Syracuse as not one, but 2 concerts for students were announced. Barstool announced that DJ Bunt will be performing at Harvey's Garden on Saturday, April 26th, but that's not the only concert that has everyone talking.
That's right, Ilana. University Union announced on Instagram on Friday that Role Model and Lotto are performing at this year's block party. The concert will take place in the JMA Wireless Dome on Friday, April 25th, and tickets are on sale now for Syracuse and ESF students through Ticketmaster. Now, that is one busy week for music here in Syracuse, Ilana. I know I was so excited when they announced that Lotto and Role Model were going to be headlining, and I know a lot of people were a little upset last year at the headliners, but this year, I think it was a slam dunk.
It definitely was a slam dunk. Everyone is so excited, especially for Role Model, but also for Lotto. I'm excited for Lotto because this is the first time a female is headlining block party with University Union in 13 years. That is such a milestone. That is so exciting, and I know she has amazing music. We were blasting her music before the show. It's going to be an awesome show.
It's going to be so much fun, and you were the first person that I texted when I found out who the lineup was going to be. I know I was so excited. You would be just even more excited than I was, but I gotta say, who do you think Syracuse Sally is going to be?
I just love that it's called Syracuse Sally. Everyone's calling that SS. I think it's amazing, and I don't know. Honestly, it's Syracuse Sally. It's for one of his songs, Sally When the Wine Runs Out, and he brings someone from the audience up on stage to dance with him during the bridge. I don't know who it's going to be, but also so many students are buying tickets for this. There was a queue. Yeah. There was a queue for tickets, which has never happened.
Never happened before, but we are so excited to welcome them into the Dome very, very soon. And Adam Levine confirmed that rumors that Maroon 5 is going to be back. He confirmed the hot gossip on Monday on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. Levine revealed him and the band's vague plans to re-enter the music industry.
Rumors of maybe a new album. There's been rumors of a tour, and yet I've heard nothing.
I am going to confirm the rumors are true.
Maroon 5 plans on releasing a single at the end of the month, followed by a full album sometime this summer. Levine also teased plans of a tour sometime this fall.
Now we have got to block out some time for the new Minecraft movie that is defying expectations on every level. The Warner Brothers film starring Jack Black and Jason Momoa made $130 million worldwide during their opening weekend. They were only expected to make $65 million domestically and internationally.
On opening day, the film had already made $57 million. It became clear that this big screen adaptation was going to take things to the next level. Even before the weekend hit, the movie already surpassed the Super Mario Bros. Movie's opening weekend, and their numbers are only continuing to grow. Now, Bella, that just must feel amazing. Imagine being part of a movie, making only a little bit of money, and then making nearly double that. That must be so exciting. But something that I've noticed is definitely the amount of brand collaborations that they're doing. That's definitely bringing in a lot of excitement for the fans.
Yeah, the movies that have been doing really, really well have been doing amazing collaborations with brand. We saw that with the Barbie movie, we saw that with Wicked. Now with Minecraft, one of the famous ones that everybody is talking about is the Minecraft McDonald's collaboration, where they're getting the Happy Meal version where there's toys inside, and everyone is just loving it on TikTok. My roommates even got the box themselves, and everyone's just loving it.
We're gonna have to go and try it. And staying on the topic of food, there's actually a trend. There's one line in the movie that Jack Black says. He says chicken jockey.
He screams it.
He screams it. Okay, I didn't even know that. He
Yeah.
screams chicken jockey, and everyone who's in theaters is throwing their popcorn and drinks at other people in the theater, which I think is such a disgrace. I mean, it's so nice that we're back in the theater watching and not at home watching, and so people are just ruining that experience.
Yeah, a theater in New Jersey actually banned kids from going by themselves. They have to have an adult with them. So I think we just need some lessons in theater etiquette.
We definitely do. I would be annoyed if someone hit the back of my seat or turned their phone on. I don't need them throwing food
For
and drinks
sure.
at me.
Oh, for sure. Well, Barbie just announced that LeBron James is the first athlete to have a Ken doll. The doll will be in collaboration with the LeBron James Family Foundation to celebrate Ken's 65th anniversary, expanding the world of Kenbassadors.
Kenbassadors, I just love that. Mattel released photos of the doll. LeBron's doll will be an inch taller and comes in larger packaging. It is sporting a varsity jacket, a We Are Family t-shirt, Nike sneakers, Beats headphones, and his legacy I Promise band, along with a ton of other accessories. The doll will cost $75 and is set to go on sale April 14th. Bella, this is just so exciting. This was announced today and it was posted on the Barbie Instagram just 10 hours ago, almost has 300,000 likes, and the top comment, my favorite comment by far, is from Nike, and it says La Barbie. And I just love that. La Barbie, that's the perfect name.
Perfect. I absolutely love it. And they put so much attention to detail into this doll based on his height, making him a little taller than the other Barbies, having his headphones. I think Mattel really knows how to put so many details into all the things they've created. We've seen so many iconic women be turned into Barbies. And now we have a Ken after LeBron James. I mean, this is perfect way to bring in more people into the Mattel universe.
It definitely is. And so many people look up to LeBron as an athlete. I mean, he's definitely one of the greatest. So the fact that people can have a replica of him in their room is just so amazing to see, and I know it's going to be such an inspiration for so many people. And we could put it right next to our Barbie,
our reporter Barbie that we
that's
have
what it's called.
in our station. Yes,
Yep.
absolutely. And I wonder who will be the next Kenbassador.
Exactly. We'll have to find out. Well, when we return, a breakdown of all the best runway moments from Syracuse Fashion Week.
And we take a dive into Syracuse's electronic music scene. Don't go anywhere, Unpeelers. Welcome back to Unpeeled. When thinking of fashion hubs, cities like Paris and Milan often come to mind. But our very own Syracuse is carving out its own space in the fashion world. Our fashion reporter Cami Bremer has more on the recent Syracuse Fashion Week.
Thank you. Syracuse Fashion Week is a semi-annual event that unites designers, boutiques, stylists, artists, and musicians from Central New York. The philosophy is clear: always inclusive, never exclusive. This celebration not only highlights fashion, but also fosters community engagement and supports local businesses. Beyond the glitz and the glamour, Syracuse Fashion Week takes a stand against food insecurity. Partnering with the Food Bank of Central New York, the event raises awareness and funds to combat hunger in the region. This initiative underscores a belief that while clothing is essential to human existence, access to food is even more crucial. But that's not all. Syracuse Fashion Week is also known for supporting individuality. I had the chance to talk with some of the models and learn how being part of such a cool experience brings out the confidence for many of them and the importance of empowerment through style. Well, we apologize for some technical difficulties, but the event shines a light on local designers and sponsors who bring diverse aesthetic and innovative designs to the forefront. Sponsors such as Altered Eco and Project 214 and Sun Shadow Designs play a role in supporting the shows. Designers like Michelle Darwin and styles by Bellamy showcase pieces that reflect the region's unique style and culture. Syracuse Fashion Week exemplifies how community can bring together and celebrate creativity while addressing pressuring social issues. As the event continues to grow, it reinforces the idea that fashion is not just about the clothing, it's about the culture, community, and consciousness. For more information on future shows and tickets, you can go to their Instagram at SYR Fashion Week.
Thank you, Cami. I'm definitely going to be checking out that link. The city of Syracuse has a small but active electronic music scene. Music reporter Charlene Nomini introduces us to one of Syracuse University's best DJs.
When you're out late on a Friday night, it's easy to overlook the person spinning the music. But go out enough and you'll probably see Troy Connor. Connor is a junior photojournalism student at SU. His path to DJing started with a mountain biking injury.
I started when my friend loaned me her deck, when I knew I had a surgery coming up and I had to find some activities to do that I could just be seated and not really moving a ton. So yeah, she gave me her equipment, and that's kind of where it all started.
Connor says DJing gives him the same adrenaline sports once did.
Like ever since my surgery, I haven't really been able to find anything that gives me that same feeling like this.
Before playing in basements and venues, he performed at home for friends. But despite all his practice, sets don't always go to plan.
Every once in a while, you get someone who's under the influence and they want to touch all of the fun shapes and colors on your deck. So like, you know, they'll come in, this song will be playing and they'll start spinning the wheel and then the song stops and no one knows what just happened.
Despite some mishaps, Connor is booked and busy, doing shows at Mud Pit, Cage, and Thorndon Underground, on top of his photography gigs. Friday, he performed at Project Latex at the Song and Dance. The next day, he's already prepping for Screaming Madhouse that Saturday night.
Luckily for me, I'm the type of person that I need to be doing something like all the time.
Connor says DJing connects him to music, but if you haven't caught a set yet, you may want to hurry.
I still don't know if I really want like a huge future in this, but this is something that I'm going to do while I can. You know, I'm young, I'm in college, and this is something that brings a lot of happiness to me and a lot of happiness to other people, so I'm going to do it while I can.
Luckily, there should be plenty more opportunities. For Unpeeled, I'm your music reporter, Charlene Young.
Charlene, thank you so much. After the break, see which of our favorite childhood shows aren't going away anytime soon. We'll be right back.
You quit smoking and thought, that's that. But here's the thing about lung cancer. By the time you see the symptoms, it could be too late. But now, there's a new scan that can detect lung cancer early when it's more curable. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
If you're buzzed and doing this, to make yourself feel okay to drive,
ZWX.
you're not okay to drive.
YGKLVW. Regular you.
Yo, camping buddy. Okay, you guys ready?
Dude, I thought you were driving.
I thought you were driving.
Oh, I never said I was driving.
I definitely can't drive.
If you're high, just don't drive. It's illegal everywhere. If you feel different, you drive different.
Welcome back to Unpeeled. It's hard for TV shows to continue to draw in audiences and keep getting renewed. Yet, these cartoons have somehow figured out the trick. Our TV reporter Victoria Daly has more.
The famous animated sitcoms The Simpsons, Family Guy, Bob's Burgers, and American Dad are just some shows that have been renewed. These shows were all renewed for 4 more seasons, meaning they will be on air until the 2028-2029 broadcast season. They will have 15 episodes per season starting from 2025-2026. These cartoons are some of the longest running shows ever. The Simpsons are going on 40 seasons, Family Guy 27, American Dad season 23, and Bob's Burgers season 19. Fox has renewed all these shows, including American Dad, which debuted on Fox in 2005, but since 2014 has been on TBS. Additionally, Hulu will remain as the exclusive global streaming platform for all 4 animated seasons. But there's more. The TV series South Park has been renewed. In 2021, creators Trey Park and Matt Stone signed a deal with MTV Entertainment Studios to renew the show through 2027. This deal has shortened the amount of episodes per season, but increased a focus on these special episodes. This deal makes it so that each year, 10 half-hour episodes must be created, but split between TV episodes and Paramount Plus specials. These special episodes will be double the length than a regular episode. The idea of renewing and reviving these classic cartoons seems to be an ongoing trend in the entertainment industry. Networks and studios are constantly opting for reboots, remakes, and spin-offs of known series. This is due to the financial security and brand recognition that these remakes offer. They tap into these existing fan bases, which require less initial investment since these shows already have a following. Well, that's all I have as your TV reporter. I'm Victoria Daly. Isabella, will you be tuning into these renewed cartoons? Oh, I definitely will, Victoria. Thank you so much. Now, this past weekend, first-year players put on their annual spring musical. Our Broadway beat reporter, Sophia DeStasso, is here to tell us more.
That's right, Isabella. This year, the group performed Legally Blonde. What makes FYP so special is found in the name, as the whole cast is made up of freshmen who then go on to produce in their next years here.
Legally Blonde is like a beast. It's a really, really tough show. Lots of costumes, lots of quick changes, set pieces, characters, and every single person on staff has put in so much work into the show, so that's been such an amazing process to watch.
Senior producers Reese Galdali and Emily Vaca strive to create a welcoming environment that they have been a part of for the past 4 years.
I love this org. I've been in it for 4 years and it has given so much to me. So for my senior year, I figured I'd give back to it.
The organization creates an environment for first-year students to thrive as they continue the transition into college.
It's meant so much to me because I've met so many awesome people that I never would have met before. Everyone in crew's in like a different major. Like I know I would have never crossed paths with so many people had I not been a part of this.
I still wanted opportunities to perform because that's always been a huge part of my life. So when I found out that there was a place to do that as a freshman and then be a part of that, you know, as like a staff member if you want to for the rest of college, it got me really, really excited.
When I came to Syracuse, I was so nervous that I wouldn't find my people, I wouldn't find my group because of how big it is, how many activities they offer. But I've definitely found my place, I found my people in FYP, that's our whole motto, and I'm so, so grateful.
Another part of what builds the community within FYP is the challenges they have to overcome together, most of them common in the world of theater. This year, they faced one that was unexpected.
The biggest challenge we faced this year was a severe budget cut, but we still have an amazing show even though we got $11,000 less than we normally would.
But despite the speed bumps, Galdali says her road along FYP has been crucial to her character.
FYP has been the hallmark of my college experience.
And their hard work paid off as they received a standing ovation to close out the show. Reporting for Unpeeled, I'm Sophia DeStasso.
Thank you so much, Sophia. When we come back, there has been some massive backlash on the new Nintendo Switch announcement. Don't go anywhere, Unpeelers.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob.
let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
You quit smoking and thought, that's that. But here's the thing about lung cancer. By the time you see the symptoms, it could be too late. But now, there's a new scan that can detect lung cancer early, when it's more curable. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
If you're buzzed and doing this, to make yourself feel okay to drive,
CWX.
you're not okay to drive.
YGKLVW. Regular you.
Welcome back to Unpeeled. The NCAA tournament has wrapped up with both the men and women crowning their champions this week. Riley Underwood is here in studio to break down the madness. Riley, it's so great to be talking about this with you.
Yeah, I know what you're going to say already.
I'm going to say it one more time. I did pick the Florida Gators to win, and they won. So why don't you tell me a little bit about what their journey was like to get there?
Yeah, I mean, Florida beat Houston 65-63 in the finals. Really poor shooting from both teams in the first half. Walter Clayton, he just finished with 11 points. Comparison, he had 34 in the Final Four against Auburn. They had 30 in the Elite Eight to beat Texas Tech, so they didn't really end up needing their leading scorer to take the win.
They did not. I was watching both of those games. I was surprised too, but let's move over to the women's team. Tell me about that bracket.
I mean, UConn really dominated the whole thing. They beat South Carolina in the final, 82-59. Throughout the whole tournament, Ilana, Connecticut did not win a game by less than 14 points. I mean, that's just nuts. Pure domination. Paige Becker, Zazie Flood, Sarah Strong, they combined for 65 in the final. That outscored the entire Gamecocks roster. They started off the tourney beating Arkansas State 103-34, and they really did not look back after that.
So crazy. I was kind of expecting that from Paige. I mean, she's amazing. But starting off, we had 64 teams. We ended with one. If there was one game that you could go back and rewatch, which would it be and why?
I think I'd have to go with the Sweet 16 game between Houston and Purdue. I mean, Houston drew up the perfect play in the final seconds to win that one. You could easily go with the Final Four between Houston and Duke also. 14 points down in the second half. And also, that second round game, Connecticut versus Florida, that could have easily ended Florida's run right there, but didn't. So I'll admit it now, on closed circuit cable, Ilana has more basketball knowledge than me. She picked the winner. I picked her wrong. So
it's okay. We picked both of the teams in the final two, so
okay. We
still did pretty good.
Yeah.
But Bella, what's happening in esports?
Thanks, Ilana. Last week, Nintendo finally announced its new console to compete with the PS5 and Xbox Series X. But with all of the hype has also come some criticism. Nathaniel Cunningham is here in studio to break down the new Nintendo narratives. Nathaniel, thank you so much let's break this down. What happened with this new wave of announcements that came out?
Well, the biggest thing that we learned was really all of the specs, the stuff that people care about, the insides of the console. Right. We got new Joy-Cons. We got a new screen. Everybody says bigger is always better. We got a new kind of tablet where you can come and connect it. It's a completely new system, and it's closer to a tablet. The goal was to make the Switch 2 closer to that combination between a console and computer. Nintendo has finally done that and gotten a lot closer than even Apple has done in creating their iPad.
Very, very cool. And even with all these new changes, though, it seems like some fans aren't happy. Why is that?
Well, the biggest reason, Bella, is that all these fans are upset about the price. Nintendo Switch 2 marketed at $449. Compare that to the original Switch at $229. It's a big jump up, but also the games. Most AAA games are listed at around $70. Nintendo said if you want to buy a digital copy, it's $80. A physical, $90.
Wow.
And a lot of that you can kind of attribute to some tariffs that President Trump has instituted, especially around those Asian markets. But it's just a tough task when these markets are going up and Nintendo fans are suffering.
Yeah, that definitely is a big increase in price that I know a lot of fans probably are not that happy about. But if I was to buy one, where should I go? How could I get it? When should I look for it?
Well, you're going to have to wait a couple more months because the release date is June 5th, 2025. That could change, though. Again, with these tariffs and everything, Nintendo might push this back as long as they want to. But people are still excited, even with the prices and everything that's going on. Some people even started camping out, like YouTuber Chicken Dog. I mean, he's been out there for a couple days now. He plans on being out there for the entirety of the 2 months before the release.
Crazy.
So if you've got fans that are already excited for this, even with it a couple months away, and if you want to get to it, you could pre-order it. Those should come out next week. But there's going to be lines of people. They're going to start filing out soon.
Awesome. Definitely going to keep an eye out on that. Thank you so much, Nathaniel. Well, when we return, even though Ilana and I are not going to Coachella this year, we do have our outfits picked out just in case. Don't go anywhere.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the-right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
Taking care of a family member can lead to plenty of questions. Fortunately, there's a place to get the answers, for them and for you. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Welcome back to Unpeeled. This weekend, thousands of people will head into Palm Springs for this year's Coachella. The first weekend is set to start off tomorrow night. Lady Gaga is set to headline this weekend with support from Benson Boone and Glorilla.
That's right. And in addition to week one, weekend two will start April 18th. And one of our favorite parts of the festivities every year is the outfits. So we thought, what better way to celebrate than to pick our very own Coachella outfits if we were going to go to the festival?
Yes, of course. And again, we are not going this year. Unfortunately,
it is my dream to go to Coachella.
No, it's my dream too. And personally, I don't think I would go unless maybe I was, given some support,
maybe a little brand or something.
Brand trip. But let's take a look at our outfits, okay? This is my outfit that I picked out if I were to go to Coachella this year. I was thinking I want a theme with a lot of the artists who are performing. So we have Jenny right here, the Marias over here, Travis Scott, Lady Gaga. They have Maroon and Red. So I decided to do a maroon outfit.
I love this.
And of course,
so
I love
cute.
Unpeeled. Got a rep at Coachella, in Indio, California. And I think the fashion trend for the year is going to be these ruffle shorts. I've seen so many people wearing this.
Very true.
This TikToker that I follow, she was wearing them last night, so I think everyone is wearing it. But Bella, what do you have?
I will say though, you're gonna wear those heeled boots in the desert. No, I have watched watched so many vloggers every single year, and every year they say do not wear heels, which is why I picked a more comfortable pair of boots, and I have this nice little all black ensemble, and they do say even though it's hot during the day, it gets really cold at night. So that's why I'm bringing a nice leather jacket with me, a cute little arm cuff during the day, a nice little belt, some gold accessories.
However, what if you're in a DJ set and you're in a rave and you start jumping up and down? Aren't you going to be a little hot in this jacket? it?
Well, that's only for the night, and like during the day, like I'll just carry it on my arm.
You're gonna carry it?
If I lose it, it's fine.
Clearly,
it's for the aesthetics, it's for the photos.
There are some flaws in both of our outfits, and this is why you need to really plan your Coachella outfit.
Very true.
My heels and Bella's jacket would have probably been a problem.
Very true. Well, unfortunately, that is all the time that we have with you tonight.
Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to follow us on our socials at CitrusTV on X and Unpeeled _ on Syracuse on Instagram. I'm Ilana Epstein.
And I'm Isabella Galan. Have a great night, Syracuse.